Welcome home to Philosophy, where we wonder about everything and anything is possible. Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Corey, the Laughing Philosopher. Life is complicated. The world is complicated, and you are complicated. Figuring out how to live a happy, meaningful life, guided by wisdom and reason, is not easy. Is life a game? What is love? Should I fear death? Is this a just world? Almost from the moment of birth, you've been told how to behave, how to fit in, and how to fulfill other people's expectations. You fear that you will lack importance or cease to exist in the lives of others if you think for yourself and question the rules and roles you've been told define you. Wisdom and reason will remove this illusion so you can live authentically in the world around you, find your true purpose, and become your real self. Welcome to episode number 108. Apocalypse Now? Philosophy and the Fallacy of Doom. When you're young, the limits of your experience are the limits of your world. In 1968, in my world, the sky was falling. There are too many people. Everyone seemed to be reading a book called The Population Bomb by Dr. Paul R. Ehrlich. Ehrlich's doomsday narrative describes a bleak future where the number of people on this planet grows many times faster than the food supply and other resources necessary to sustain ourselves and survive. If you study population growth, as Ehrlich did, the number of people is increasing exponentially. In 1968, more people seemed to be the last thing this planet needs. According to Ehrlich's grim predictions, exponential growth should have produced global overpopulation in the hundreds of billions. This did not happen. On the 15th of November, in 2022, the world's population hit 8 billion for the first time in human history. By now, famines and mass starvation should be commonplace. This too has not happened. Death rates should be surging due to squalor, oppression, disease, and overcrowding. Actually, death rates have dropped. Today, in fact, there aren't too many people, but too few. The global total fertility rate has more than halved over the past 70 years, from around 5 children for each female in 1950 to 2.2 children in 2021. Over half of all countries, 110 of 204, are below the population replacement level of 2.1 births per female as of 2021. Each new generation is smaller than the previous one, yielding a declining population. Doomsters, like Ehrlich, reply that it's just taking a little longer for the sky to fall. In my opinion, the only thing you will get by waiting for their predictions to come true is more waiting. Why didn't the population bomb explode? Why didn't their pessimistic predictions of the past come true? Why did the doomsters get it wrong? Today, doomsayers and dystopian visions of the future are everywhere, from classic books like Orwell's 1984 to Hollywood films like The Terminator and Blade Runner. Our imagined future is a hell on earth of torment and misery. Stoking chaos and catastrophic thinking is a whole industry of doom merchants. Imagining a dreadful, terrible future is easy. Climate change will destroy the planet. AI will destroy humanity. Fossil fuels will destroy the environment. It's really easy to get swept up in fear of the future. When you think about what might happen, why is the sky always falling? Albert Ellis, the American psychotherapist, first coined the term catastrophize to describe an irrationally negative forecast of future events. When we catastrophize, we exaggerate the consequences of something bad happening or an isolated problem into a looming disaster. We spiral a real threat into an inevitable doomsday. One worry leads to feelings of doom. Everything you hold dear feels like it's about to blow up. The whole world feels as if it's blowing apart from too many existential threats. Do you feel depressingly sad about the future? Do you ever feel there is no hope for the future? Calm down. It's natural to make it part of you to be part of the world. You are a social being. Your biography is social. Two people are required just to create a new one. But once you recognize catastrophizing in yourself, you need to stop. Let me explain why doomsday is unlikely. Let me help you move beyond apocalypse anxiety, and let philosophy help you look forward with hope and optimism to what a future will be. Here are 5 reasons why the world isn't ending. Ever wonder why trees don't grow to the sun? The past has been a far from perfect predictor of the present, and the present will be an equally imperfect predictor of the future. Certainly, there are important continuities between the past, present, and future. But for all practical purposes, the future is unknown and unpredictable. We can't just project the present into the future. We can't just describe what our world will become by projecting our world as it is into the future. A straight line will not go up or down forever. Stuff happens to cause the line to stop and curve. The present is a poor predictor of the future, just as trees don't grow to the sun. In time, they stop and bend. Kierkegaard reminds us that we cannot understand life by looking forwards. We can only understand life by looking backwards. We are so remarkably poor at predicting future events that we cannot even predetermine our own actions and behavior. Why do we make promises we don't keep? Why do we regret our actions and behavior? Why do we disgrace ourselves? Second, there is an important reason why it feels like this is the end of everything. It is. In fact, we are always living at the end of history. Think about it. Let it sink in. It feels like this is the end simply because it really is the end. Today is the end of human history. Tomorrow will be the end of history. The day after tomorrow will be the end too. You fear today is the end of the world because it is, until tomorrow's end of the world fears. The next time you see a doomsayer on the street waving a sign proclaiming the end of the world is near, just say to yourself, yep, this is the end. Humanity is always living at the end of history, and this existential anxiety gives rise to the fallacy of imminent doom. Change is ubiquitous. Alan Watts, one of my favorite philosophers, said, change is just another word for life. Change is happening everywhere, at every moment, in everything. Water drips on a stone, drop after drop, unceasingly. Each individual drop appears to make no difference to the stone. And yet, just look at the stone after 10 years have passed, and the softest thing in the world has overcome the hardest. Whether or not you see it or recognize it, every drop of water makes a difference. Every morning, you look at yourself in a mirror. You look the same as you did yesterday. A single day makes no difference. And yet, just look at a photograph of yourself from 10 years ago. Change is real, and also our greatest fear. Ever notice how hot water becomes cold water? Love becomes indifference. Life becomes death. We fear the future because time brings many changes. And whenever there is too much change, too fast, it feels apocalyptic. It feels like the sky is falling. The easier thought always triumphs over the harder. Doing the same thing will lead to the same result. It's easy to believe that if we just don't change and just keep doing what we are doing, then we can expect to keep getting what we're getting. And yet, life is more complicated. Heraclitus said, "No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river, and he's not the same man." Fighting change is useless and futile. Doing the same thing can lead to a different result. The sky doesn't fall because the world doesn't change. Fourth, human ingenuity will always save the day. Nietzsche said, "Where the tree of knowledge stands, there is always paradise." No one has ever been able to accurately predict the future. Bill Gates did not predict the internet. Mark Zuckerberg did not predict social media. Steve Jobs did not predict the smartphone. Jeff Bezos did not predict online shopping. They just got lucky. In the 20th century, of the inventions that changed the world, no one predicted the automobile, personal computer, or vaccines. The telephone, refrigeration, the camera, or the airplane. In the 21st century, no one predicted cloud computing, GPS navigation, 3D printing, electric vehicles, birth control patches, humanoid robots, streaming, drones, artificial organs, reusable rockets, or AI. Humanity is both creator and destroyer, both ignorant and wise, and both cruel and compassionate. We really try to make the world a softer place for as many of us as possible. It's hard to deny that things are better today than they were yesterday, even if only a little better. As long as things are getting a little better every day, the sky is not falling on you. The 20th century philosopher Martin Heidegger, in his most famous work called Being and Time, discusses what happens and how we feel when we project ourselves into the future. The future is where you must face up to the horizon of death. You experience a profound sense of guilt, shame, and anxiety because of the uncomfortable certainty that you are not what you could have been. You failed to realize all of the dreams you had about yourself in the past. And now, it's too late to realize all of the possibilities in your life. You didn't do everything you should have. And now, you can't. You disgraced yourself by being unfaithful to your dreams. And now, you owe yourself a debt you can never repay. The future is where you and I will spend the rest of our lives. No wonder why we feel as if the sky is always falling. Perhaps no one has yet been truthful enough about what truthfulness is, said Nietzsche. This is not the end of the world, no matter how deeply you may feel it is. Your apocalyptic fears are just feelings. You feel hot, you feel hungry, you feel afraid. A feeling can never hurt or kill you. When your feelings go mad, don't go with them. Navigating our doomsday fears and end-of-the-world perceptions, Fallacy's insights are a guide to calm. The sky is not falling. Thank you for listening. I hope you will take what you've learned and be a better person. Think for yourself. Question everything. Accept nothing that does not agree with your own reason and good sense. And I promise you, despite its sham and drudgery, you will get on pretty well in this crazy world. I'm Dr. Robert Corey. Until we meet again, be good.